Good morning. I'm Sister Maria Asela Chavez, FMA, a Salesian Sister of Don Bosco, and we are also co-daughters of Mary Help of Christians. I am presently assigned here at Mary Help of Christians College, Candubang, Laguna. So I was asked to share my vocation story, and I'd like to give a title to it as The Searcher. Okay, as the song of the former band After Image goes, what has life to offer me when I grow old? What's there beyond sleep, eat, work, and this cruel life? So I sing this song to all of my age. For these are the questions we've got to face. For in this cycle that we call life, we are the ones who are next in line. We are next in line. This song may already sound a passe to some of you because it's already a thing of the past. But mind you, this song has made me reflect again and again, years way back, when I was trying to decipher the essence of my life. It never dawned on me that I will be a nun. Nah, never. Not even in my wildest imaginations. Nay more to be an FMA, a Salesian nun. I am not even a past pupil since I grew up with the Dominican sisters from kinder to high school. It is always the Lord and Our Lady who always paved the way for me. I had my own dreams and plans in life, plans that are fruits of my own will. I plan to work abroad where my relatives are, to be successful in my career, to have my own family, and we will live happily ever after. Well, just like in fairy tales. I repeat, my own plan. I never sought God's plan then. It was He who made known His plan for me in the way I have never imagined it to be. I remember that it was in my third year physical therapy proper when I was trying to search for my life's meaning. I can feel that deep hunger within, a thirst for something which I cannot explain. I often catch myself having a self confrontation, like, after being successful in my career, what then? Will I be happy with it, honestly speaking? That same night, I had a dream where I saw myself lying on bed asleep. But when I tried to take a closer look, my body seems to be pale and lifeless. I cannot understand what does it mean. At an instant, I heard a very familiar biblical passage. What profits a man if he gains the whole world but loses his soul? I immediately woke up, quite puzzled at what that dream meant. After that instance, I never thought of it anymore. I went on with my usual daily hectic schedule in school, still with a void in my heart. That time, I was already serving in our parish, St. Dominic Sabia Parish in Mandaluyong, as a legionary. We had weekly meetings, pray the rosary together, do some apostolates like visiting houses and doing parish census, bringing kids to Sunday Mass and catechesis. Some fellow youth even teased me for doing so, since we're quite few in the group and not in the front line like them. But I just shrugged my shoulders with their comments, convinced that I am doing this for God and Our Lady. In spite of what I am doing, I still want to devote more time for the Lord. And so I joined other parish organizations like COL or the Commentators and Lectors League, Saviolity in our parish newsletter at the time, as well as the Association of the Salesian Cooperators. There was this feeling that I don't want to be separated from the Lord anymore, and the thought of being away from Him, if ever I will be working abroad, was already a source of torment for me. During those times, I was so attracted to Don Bosco, his great love to the Lord, to Our Lady, and to the young. I was then so envious of my younger brother who would frequent the Don Bosco Youth Center as a Rondalia member, serving in the Sunday Mass, their daily afternoon gatherings and games, their summer leadership trainings, and the like, to the point that I have told myself, how I wish I were a boy. Don't get me wrong here, because during those times, only boys are allowed to join the Don Bosco Youth Center. It was also during these times that I was already getting closer to the Lord and Our Lady by regularly participating in the daily Sunday Mass. with my parents or in the daily parish mass with my parents who are also serving in the mass. My mother being the lector commentator and my father as a special minister of the Holy Eucharist or the lay minister. Praying the rosary, as we often do as a family since childhood. Attending regularly the weekly Bible studies in the parish with my parents, and other prayer encounters organized by our parish. Well, you see, my parents are also instrumental in the realization of my vocation, since it is because of them that I was introduced to God in prayer since childhood. It affirms that the family is really the seedbed of vocation. Come year 1995, the very memorable World Youth Day, I had the joy of being part of the parish core group who prepared my fellow youth for the upcoming World Youth Day, of being part of the Say 95 or the Salesian Asian Youth, and of course, the much awaited World Youth Day, where we had the joy of being with our Holy Father, Pope John Paul II, who is now Saint John Paul II, not to mention the youth encounter that we had after. These were really intense days of prayer and reflection for me when I truly felt that I was called in the religious life. I really took into my heart the challenge of our Holy Father. As the Father sent me, so I sent you. Nobody knew about my plans to become a religious, since nobody will believe me, especially my relatives who knew me as a sutil or stubborn. I remember my uncle who once told me, ikaw magmamadre, yang sutil mong yan. But our God is always a God of second chances. Year 1995 is also significant since it was the year when I get to know the FMAs. It was our parish vicar, Father Chris Magbitang, who was then the chaplain at Don Bosco School, Santa Mesa, who informed me about the VOE, Vocation Orientation Encounter. Now you have it as LDE or Life's Direction Encounter, that the FMAs are holding every week. As far as I can remember, Sister Celia was the animator at Don Bosco, Manila, okay, during that time. And the VOE animator during that time was Sister Jojo Carrasco. So I would usually go straight to Don Bosco School for the VOE. It was actually a top secret. Nobody knew that I was attending VOE for fear that they will just tease me. To cut the story short, I entered the convent a year after my graduation. It was not easy to leave one's family. Their loving presence has been my security for years. I keep telling myself that if I will get married, I will surely leave my family and be with my own family. My journey in the religious life was not a bed of roses. There were ups and downs along the way. The cross is inevitable. My top secret? It is my personal and loving relationship with God and Our Lady that sustained me. It is truly the Lord and Our Lady who have held me by the hand through the years. This is the main reason why I'm still here in the convent as an FMA, since it's in this atmosphere of prayer that I have really felt their great love and care for me, just like the little sheep placed on the shoulders of the Good Shepherd, a love that is so gentle and personal. Thanks to our frequent and fervent reception of the sacraments, especially the Holy Eucharist and confession, daily adoration, daily meditation, stopover with the Lord, spiritual readings, especially that of the saints, our love for Mary, as shown in our devotions to her, to the Rosary and Novena, prayerful silence in the community, and the love of my co-sisters in the community. It is this great conviction that I am deeply loved as God's beloved child, which spurs me to continue moving on in my FMA vocational journey with much love and faith, notwithstanding my personal shortcomings and weaknesses, enabling me to live my community life and apostolic mission in the best way that I can. That ends my sharing. Thank you so much for listening. God bless.
Umabot na ba sa puntong naisip mo, ito na ba talaga, na kahit mahirap, siya lang sapat na? At dun mo na-realize na ang mundo mo, si Kristo na. Tara, at sulyapan natin ang mga kwento ng mga taong may iniwan para sa mas malalim at mabungang pagmamahal.
Si Sister Maria Asela B. Chavez, FMA. No? Isa po akong daughter of Mary Hop of Christians or Salesian sister. Isa siguro masasabi ko na nilulook forward ko. Naalala ko ito nung isa sa mga kaibigan ko, siguro usapang mga youth leaders ng parokya, 'di ba? Paglinggo 'yan, 'di ba? Pagkatapos mag-serve, 'di ba? Ano na 'yan, kumpul-kumpulan. May isang kaibigan kami nagbato ng tanong. Sabi niya, "Anong lugar na gusto niyong puntahan?" Di nagsasabi na sila ng mga iba-ibang mga tourist destinations sa Italy, etc., sa France, etc. Tapos ako lang talaga isa lang ang sagot ko na nilulook forward ko siguro. No? Yung, sabi ko, gusto kong pumunta ng langit. Tapos syempre natawa sila sa akin. Sabi niya, lahat naman tayo, gusto natin yun. Sabi ko, ito talaga yung nilulook forward ko, di ba? Lahat, hindi lang ako, hindi lang si sister, pero bawat Kristiyano na sa kabila nung nakakapagod nating ginagawa, di ba? Sa araw-araw, kayo bilang nag-work o kaya naman nag-aaral, na makakasama natin si Lord sa buhay na walang hanggan. No? Yung lahat ng ginagawa nating efforts na hindi siya nasasayang, di ba? Sayang naman yung buhay natin, yung effort natin kung sa impyerno lang naman tayo mapupunta. Sabi ko, it's something na we have to look forward to being with God. Ayan, naalala ko rin yung sinabi kasi ni Mama Mary kay Saint Bernadette Soubirous, I don't promise you that you'll be happy in this life but in the world after. Diba? Kasi with all the challenges, especially now with the pandemic, yung gusto ko talaga na makasama rin siya, diba? Here and in the afterlife. Ayan, siguro isa sa mga ang ginagawa kasi medyo gala ako, Ruth. Mahilig akong magala. Mahilig ako lumabas. Di ba, kasama mga kaibigan ko, naalala ko nung fifth year college namin. Kasi every month na-transfer kami from one hospital to another. So pagkatapos noon, meron na kaming mga kanya-kanya kaming gimmick, magsiswimming kami, manonood kami ng sine, magmumuling kami. So yung mga ganon, tsaka gusto ko rin, syempre, nagta-travel. Diba? Yung mga ganun. Siyempre, tsaka isa pa yung mga music ko noon. Kasi naalala ko, mahilig din ako sa mga rock music. Siyempre, hindi naman pwede sa kumbento. Kaya nga sabi ng mga kapatid ko, ate, kaya mo na ang tahitahimik dito? Sabi ko, oo naman, may grasya naman ng Diyos. Sabi ko, iyon yung mga bagay na ang ginawa ko para makapag-adjust is to be more simple. No? Yung maging simple lang, diba? At maging kontento kung anong meron sa kumbento. No? Hindi ko na hinahanap kung ano yung wala. Pero kumbaga, magiging mapagpasalamat ako kung anong meron, di ba? So, ganun din naman, di ba, sa mga nag-aasawa, nag-a-adjust sila, kung anong meron sila. Tapos ano pa siguro, no comparison, no expectation. Kasi minsan pag mataas yung expectation natin, minsan nadi-disillusion tayo, 'di ba? Kahit sa study, sa work, wherever, 'di ba? So, yun lang yung becoming realistic, no? At saka, isa pang tinasabi ko sarili ko, wala namang perfectong tao, walang perfectong community, walang perfectong workplace, 'di ba? Walang perfectong eskwelahan, no? Ako din naman di perfect, no? Pero sa kabila nun, pinipilit pa rin natin ibigay yung best natin. Ayan. So, ano bang advice na mabibigay ni sister? So, ang masasabi ko lang, na kapag naramdaman mong may calling ka, huwag mong dedmahin. No, i-push mo lang yan. No, kausapin mo si Lord. Nagdasal ka, enlighten ka. Actually, pag sinabi mo si Lord, enlighten me. Enlighten ka niya. Naalala ko may isang salesya nagsabi sa akin, si Father Drans, no, nung bata pa ako, high school. Sabi niya kapag during consecration, during the consecration, tinataas ng pare yung consecrated host, talagang to tell Jesus na, Lord, tulungan mo ako kung saan mo talaga ako tinatawag. So, sabi ko hanggang ngayon as a sister, no, during the consecration, it's a very powerful moment. No, ayun. So, kasi pag may calling ka talaga. And when you ask Lord, no, the Lord to enlighten you, talagang i-enlighten ka niya na kahit saang sulok man ng mundo ka man magtago, nandun pa rin yung calling, no? Hindi ka at peace kapag hindi ka tumugon. No, hindi mo makikita talaga yung inner peace and joy. Tapos makakatulong din siguro kung mag-undergo ka na discernment, no? Yung mga search-in na tinatawag. Search-in ng mga Salesian Fathers, may search-in din kami, ang mga Salesian Sisters, na meron kaming life direction encounter, no? Kung may gusto naman sa inyong umattend, PM nyo lang ako na para ma-invite ko kayo. Tapos, ayun, no, kapag may mga vocation animator na handang gabayan, no, mga kabataan, no? Kung gusto nyong mag-share, makikinig naman kami. Kung gusto nyong pakikinggan namin kayo, no, para malinawan, no, kung saan talaga kayo tinatawag na Lord. Tapos masasabi ko lang na there's no harm in trying. Kung gusto nyo i-try pumasok seminaryo o sa kumbento, na at least na-accompany kayo, no, natulungan kayo na ma-discern talaga ano ba ang kalooban ni Lord para sa inyo. Kasi kung wala ka namang calling, no, at least nag-try ka. Pero pag meron talaga at nagpakatotoo sa sarili mo, no, ipupush mo talaga yan na doon ka lang maa-at peace. Tapos wag kayo madi-discourage kapag may nakikita kayo ba kapintasan ng mga pari o madre, kasi hindi naman sila perpekto. Tulad natin, hindi naman tayo perpekto. Tapos hindi sila ang dahilan, no, kung bakit tayo pumasok sa kumbento o sa seminaryo. No, dapat lang na lagi tayo maging focus kay Lord, no? Kapit lang sa Kanya at sa mahal na Ina.